All right. So
Jumpy couch. We're not doing that.
okay, so we saw the movie that I feel like we've been seeing trailers for like 2 years or something. Doesn't it feel like that? We've been getting it for a long time.
Actually, they kind of stopped playing the trailers for a while. Like I haven't seen a trailer for this movie since for a while. But yeah, I remember I've been waiting for this movie to come out since forever. But yeah, I still they kind of stopped actually a lot. I haven't seen like a trailer for this at a movie theater for a while.
Well, the poodle is still funny.
Yes.
Even when they do the joke again and they kind of change things around a bit, it's still.
Yeah,
they recreate the entire trailer basically, except with the different music.
Yeah.
And a little more scenes, but yeah, it's basically in the beginning.
You know, actually, there are only like a few scenes that actually really show us the actual secret life of pets. The rest of it is kind of a Homeward Bound story.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's still because you're still seeing like the world through the pet's eyes or whatever.
Basically,
it's still kind of this, but yeah, I don't know. I think with a title like that, I think this movie would have worked better if it was like the movie was a bunch of small vignettes about these pets in their houses getting to still, and without them talking to. I think they could have cut out the talking in their stuff too. It would have been kind of cool, but. Other than that, yeah, it should have this movie probably would have been with a better name like Pet Story or like the adventures of Max or the adventures of Max and whatever the Duke or something like that. That would have been a better title than The Secret Life of Pets.
Otherwise, it's really good.
It's kind of good. I mean, it's good for like for the laughs because this movie does bring on a lot of good laughs.
Yeah, it's funny, but it's not. This isn't like any like Pixar or something like that. This isn't out. Then again, I feel that way about all Illumination Entertainment's films. I've never really felt there's been like much substance. It's always just been kind of funny and fun stuff. That's about it.
Some Like It Hot reference.
That's cute. Yeah.
Illumination Entertainment really knows how to use 3D.
Oh yeah.
There was excellent 3D in this.
Though about the only thing I find that is that it's between a dog and a cat. That's just kind of weird to me because like
there's some Like It Hot reference.
I understand, but and then luckily they don't go on to it too far because eventually they kind of drop it. But,
although you still gotta bring up the best line in the movie. You know, when Duke and the other pets, including the cat, are walking through the hallway, and what's the line that leads up to it? It's something to do with Angel. What was it?
No, Duke wasn't with them, was he?
No, excuse me, not Duke. The dog with like the saggy eyelids.
Oh yeah,
the Pops.
Yeah,
yes.
You mean the
yes.
That's
So
you said the Some Like It Hot reference. That's what he was talking about. The you. It's like, well, nobody's perfect. Yeah, that line.
Oh, I'm a cat. Yeah. Well, nobody's perfect.
Because that was a Some Like It Hot reference, but
okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I liked it. I didn't. Like I said, it's not. This isn't something that like. This isn't gonna make you like you get the feels or whatever. That's the word people use for like a Pixar movie. Will like Finding Dory. If you want to get like feels to Finding Dory.
Yeah, that's too. You know, there are times where you kind of think that it's going to start to, like when we find out that that Duke once had an owner, and then they go back to his house.
Come on, man, don't.
Okay, I would kind of ruin it, but the thing is that doesn't really do much.
Yeah. Well, he's not going to say what happens when he gets there. He's just saying that they go back to his house, and it doesn't really lead to anything like that substantial. I mean, it kind of just leads to another silly scene eventually. But yeah, they do try to add some like story stuff, but it's not. It's fine. It's fine. It's not anything.
This is definitely my favorite movie with Kevin Hart in it. Really,
Central Intelligence wasn't that bad.
Yeah, Central Intelligence wasn't too bad.
And like his stand-ups movies aren't that bad. I can't remember he does a movie about his stand-up are fine. Like the one that's coming out looks fine.
What now?
Yeah, which is the trailer you guys forgot to talk about during Purge.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So I think the biggest problem with this movie is that it's just very derivative. There's some bolt in there. It actually starts out off kind of like Toy Story, which actually is the reason why I don't think Pet Story would have worked very well.
Yeah, I know. Then they would have just thought it was complete. I'm just making because Toy Story is also about two toys who don't get along, and then they end up lost.
Well, it starts off with one thinking that he's just got like the greatest life possible, and then another toy, I mean pet, comes in, and
and then they basically destroys that perfect life. Then they have to get back home. Except the only difference is that in that one they just end up like in a neighbor's house or something like that. With the creepy, the messed up neighbor kid who likes to destroy toys.
Yeah. And Duke isn't like Duke doesn't think that he's like a wolf or anything.
Yeah, he was nice. Yeah, well, I know there's differences, but I'm saying it still has a lot of story elements from Toy Story.
Yeah,
but it's same thing with, you showed us a video of The Lost World and The Incredibles. They have a lot of similarities, but they still don't feel like the same movie.
Yeah, not really. I'm sure Couch Tomato could still find 24 similarities.
Yeah.
I mean, he was able to do that with Zootopia and Amazing Spider-Man 2, or even Inside Out and A Nightmare on Elm Street 5. He did that. You gotta see it later. Okay. And actually,
did this movie really need an antagonist? I mean,
it really didn't. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on in this movie that you kind of feel like could have been taken out, and then
it didn't really, because the antagonist didn't really stay. He just kind of did his own thing by the end. I mean, there were just kind of another roadblock or whatever for them.
Yeah, pretty much.
He was never really a full antagonist, because a full antagonist would have stayed evil and then would have beaten him. And then
the animation in this film is amazing.
Well, it's not as something like Finding Dory or something like that, but it's still pretty good, yes. And the 3D, it works well with the 3D.
Mm.
Like the
best stuff though, it's got to be the dogs. Like they feel the way they move and everything. They feel like real dogs. Like remember I mentioned the trailer for Secret Life of Pets. He was like, Katie's gonna be so upset. You can see his ears just kind of whoop, and then when he's like finally realizes his ears go whoop, they kind of back. And those are great. Like another great scene where Phil like a dog too was when Gidget sees Max. She's like, Max, how you? It just seems like that's totally a dog when she sees somebody. Like she's like, the dog jumps up on like the little dog jumps on like a window or something like that. Kind of reminded me of that.
I think the best character in this movie is Tiberius the Falcon, voiced by Albert Brooks, who...
Mine is Gidget. Gidget was my favorite. Yeah. I just love Gidget.
That's true. Just voiced by...
I had an opening for this! My God, we found Chewbacca's dog.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because this thing is huge.
So Gidget is Bellwether from Zootopia.
Yeah, Jenny Slate. Yeah,
but, and then Albert Brooks as the Falcon. The voice he does in this really sounds like Winnie the Pooh when he turns 99.
But yeah, this was But yeah, I liked Gidget for me. I think I know there's already been talks about giving Snowball, the Kevin Hart's character, his own movie. I kind of want Gidget to get her. Then again, a lot of the characters in this could get their own movies.
Yeah,
but I think Gidget should definitely also, because I liked her. She just went because there's a whole love. There is kind of a love interest subplot that she's Endamax or whatever.
Sort of. That's just kind of there so that she has a reason to go on to find him.
Well, I'm pretty
Which even the search party thing you could kind of omit from the movie, and it's still kind of the same movie.
Well,
except for some gags, like when she's slapping the crap out of that cat.
They did kind of help him get back home.
Also, the whole secret route thing was pretty creative.
Yeah, cute. There's a lot of creative stuff, like the cats and they're in the clothing lines and stuff. And
yeah.
Though, who did Steve Coogan voice though? I forgot who he voiced.
Steve Coogan.
He's a voice actor that he's an actor who America does not know what to do with. He's a very talented British comedian. He's hilarious, but America has no idea how to handle him. So they always give him small roles in films. Like he was barely in Tropic Thunder. He was barely in My Idiot Brother. And then he was also had some small roles in some of the Illumination properties, like Despicable Me 2. He was the Silas Ramsbottom. Yeah, that was him. That was him. He was barely in that. So they kind of get him to voice act, but then he just kind of doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And another thing too, we saw the BFG where Jermaine Clement, he was the villain. He was the villain troll guy.
Giant.
Yeah. He was one of the minions in Despicable Me 1.
Oh. Actually, I think he was a bunch of them, wasn't he? Was it the other guy who was a bunch of them?
No, there was the other guy. But Jermaine Clement was supposed to have a bigger role in Despicable Me. Like, you even get this, like, if you watch the original, the very first trailer, the one with the pyramid, you'll see his name kind of pop up in the for the who's in it. But that was when he was like, when people thought he was going to be like when Hollywood thought he was going to be a big thing. But then when all the movies he was in, a lot of people thought he was annoying, and they're like, nope, we're not putting him. We're making him just a minion in the background. but yeah, this is good movie.
Yeah. I do have to bring up one joke that I'm really just getting tired of. It's just the Saturday Night Fever reference, where it starts with
so I don't really notice.
Starts with a shot of someone's feet as they're walking down the sidewalk, and it's playing "Staying Alive."
Though they played a rap, sampled version of it.
Yeah, true. But when I just hear songs like that in movies or stuff like Born to Be Wild or especially Sweet Home Alabama, I'm just like, really? That's the only song you can think of?
I don't really care. I don't really care. Like, that's something, especially because I kind of like those songs anyways. I think there are songs that come up in movies a lot that I like, but I don't think that they fit. Okay, I don't know. It was fine though. I didn't really care, especially because you might be sick because you're tired of Staying Alive or whatever. I don't see that much, so I don't really care.
Well, I actually don't hear Staying Alive that often, like whenever it's not a movie. But I hear it a lot when it's in a movie.
All I'm talking about, I'm just like, I haven't, especially because I haven't seen that in a while. Okay. Like when Staying Alive came out, I'm pretty sure they did that a lot, and now then I'm just like. Not Saturday Night Fever or whatever, but and they I know they've done it before, but I didn't really care because I was just like, because I've seen it before, but it's been a while, so I'm just like, eh.
It is actually pretty surprising that Sweet Home Alabama actually got into the movie Woodlawn.
Really?
Yeah, because it takes place in Alabama, so we gotta have that song in there.
That's weird, though. I would thought they wouldn't want them because it's the rock music, and the rock is the devil's music and stuff.
Well, most people don't think that. That's just like just the people who made stuff like Rock. It's Your Decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, this is. Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I had something to say and I kind of forgot. John, do you want to add anything? You haven't said anything in a while.
I don't know. I lost.
Well, I think the last thing you wanted to talk about the animation a bit more. Like, I guess you did.
I think. Oh man, the landscape views.
Yeah.
Those were
the night skyline. Yeah.
The night skyline and the sweeping view of New York. Those were beautiful.
Yeah, though. If I did talking about music, though, I did think the Taylor Swift song at the beginning was kind of annoying. That kind of annoyed me a little. Not too much, but just a little bit. Like, it's just like, can we not... Do you have to start with, like, can you just, like, play your... Like, because they got... The guy who did the score is Alexander I can't pronounce his last name.
Desplat.
He's a great musician. I would love to hear his score instead of Taylor Swift. Personally, at the beginning.
It's just a song that says "Welcome to New York" over and over, which is honestly a song that could be used in, like, every movie ever.
Yeah.
It's because what movie doesn't take place in New York?
Yeah, and there was some product placement that bugged me a tiny bit, like the Tonight Show, because Universal owns the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. So
and of course, we got to have PetSmart in there. Yeah. And there was a poster for Sing, yeah.
Yeah, well, that was just kind of cute, like, elimination there came in. At the same time, it doesn't bug me that much because they were kind of in the TV district of Manhattan, and that always has advertisement stuff everywhere, so I can kind of ignore it for the most part. But, I mean, it wasn't like there was any scene where Gidget just, like, took out, like, a Budweiser, for some reason, a Coke, and just like, I need a Coke to make myself feel better.
Hand me my alien gun. Yeah. And there's a plug for YouTube in this, or... That was good. Yeah.
Well, then again, where else was like? Of course, that's where someone's gonna put YouTube. YouTube's a popular. Like, where's he gonna put a silly video on Vimeo? I highly doubt that. Vimeo's not really known for silly videos. It's more YouTube. It's definitely better
That's
than like
one more silly cat video on YouTube.
I mean, it felt more realistic to me, like doing something like that. Like it didn't feel like product placement to me, like putting that on the YouTube thing. I mean, it would have.
As a matter of fact, it doesn't cost anything to access YouTube
same thing
or even get an account.
If I see someone like searching on Google or something, that it just feels normal to me because that's something I do. Yeah. It's always weird like when they try not to. Like I remember saw a movie where they look on a search engine just called search and just like. That's kind of weird to me. That's where I'm just like, are they doing some advertisement for something called search?
Yeah. I mean, imagine if there was a movie about us right now. We'd be getting in like plugs for Bartell, QFC, Regal Cinemas, and so yeah. I mean,
and that bank over there.
Company logos do happen. It's just when it's like in your face, buy this crap. Yeah.
Yeah, like Adam Sandler, his
or Adam
Sandler
can be
a little annoying with that.
And admittedly, occasionally Michael Bay movies can. Most of the time, it's just kind of natural in the background. Other times, it's like Other times, it's like the Victoria's Secret bus, like right in center frame, and it's while Bumblebee is fighting Stinger on Strafe.
Yeah, it's like the only scene from like the first Transformers movie that I hate, I just cannot stand, is with Megan Fox, and when they first meet Bumblebee and they're driving in their car and she's like, "Oh, all that alien stuff, I get that, but why would he want to be in this beater, this crappy old Camaro, when he could get the new model?" And then he turns into like the new one. I'm just like, oh god, that's so dumb. So you get that he's a transforming robot and that he's from this planet, but what you can't understand is that he's like,
why
not
would
the
he
new,
be this
the new
like
model of
piece
Camaro?
Okay, well, should we go back to pets?
Yeah, let's get back.
Yeah, let's get back to pets.
I'm done.
Final thoughts grading.
All right,
you
so
can talk about the characters that you liked, or if you thought voice acting or something like that. But like Dana Carvey, I didn't know he was in this as the little dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I didn't even know Albert Brooks was in this. I didn't, anyways.
Yeah.
When I heard his voice, I'm like, is that Marlon?
Yeah. Okay, so well, I'm gonna say it's a. It doesn't have
alcohol required.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So, yeah, it doesn't have like it really doesn't have much insight, and that's really the main problem. But it's a fun diversion, so I'm gonna say a B-.
I'm gonna give this a B. This is definitely a film that's worth watching.
Yeah, I do agree with you. I like it more than Minions.
But it is not like Finding Dory. It's not like...
Yeah, it's not Finding Dory or Zootopia.
But it's definitely something that is worth watching. So yeah, B.
All right.
So what I think is that it's definitely a good film, but if your kids haven't seen Finding Dory yet, take them to see Finding Dory first or whatever. Don't take them to see this later. Like, I mean, not
maybe on DVD. I'd say on. Although with DVD, you're missing out on the 3D.
The amazing 3D, I would definitely say go see this because I like this film. I didn't mind seeing it. This is a movie
you actually got up for that part with those actually a bunch of snakes hanging from the.
No, I saw that part.
Exit.
I saw that part when I left.
Really saw that? Just the.
Yeah, the snakes there. I left right when that part started.
Okay.
The part I did regret missing was the "Where is Max? Don't talk to me." I missed that scene. But
don't look at him.
Yeah. Look at me. Yeah. But yeah, that scene is the. But yeah, so. But I don't regret seeing this in theaters. The movie that I've seen lately that I regret seeing in theaters, I wish I could have just watched on Blu-ray or Netflix and never see ever again, is The Purge Election Year.
Yeah.
That movie I did not need to see in theaters. That was bad. I can it's that for me not. Anarchy's fine. I still like Anarchy, but Election Year to me is like that's something that needs to be in the way bottom of a bargain bin for me. But yeah, I give this one a B. I like it.
Okay.
B+. I mean, sorry, B+.
And there is a mildly funny Minions short film before this.
Yeah, I give the Minions a B. Minions short a B.
Yeah, similar. I love the part where the Minions starts like
inhaling
just
the dog
breathing into
because
the...
there's this whole thing with the dog poop, and then one Minion cleans up, so then the one has to hyperventilate into a bag, and it's the one with the dog poop, so he gets all sick.
Okay, so we got 2 new trailers for movies that we've already talked about. Like one for Sing, it doesn't look any better than the other one.
I thought it did.
I don't.
The original trailer didn't really
That's
incite any excitement in me. This one did.
Well, right. This one didn't. I mean, I do think this one. I wanted to like. There are parts that are better, yes, than the second one, but it has so much. Like this one has a lot of bad editing in it. It was so. Like it just stopped. Like it comes to a screeching halt into a lot of just a lot of people singing. I understand it's called Sing, but we like the girl elephant and her dad's birthday. I did not need to see that in the trailer. I can see that in the movie. I did like that part was just went on and on. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't show Scarlett Johansson's porcupine character talking to somebody for 5. Like they kind of went again. The same thing with I didn't need to see we already knew the gorilla thing. They kind of showed that again, and then the editing was weird. Like they started off with firework, then they stopped, played a Lady Gaga song, then they stopped. They didn't play music for a second. Then they went back to some other music, and then back to firework. It was really bad. Like it was probably one of the worst edited trailers I've seen. Yeah. So, but I'm still a maybe on Sing, but I'm still gonna give it a shot.
Like Trolls, I'm somewhere below maybe. Not quite no, but
I'm a maybe on
pessimistic.
Sing. Yeah. I'm a maybe on Sing.
All right.
It's still like, and I'm sorry for John. I kind of did freak out a little bit on you during the movie when we saw the Sing trailer. That's just because I was kind of in a bad mood because of all the crappy trailers we've been getting. Like the 9 Lives trailer was so at least it was kind of amusing. Like, it was kind of funny. At least it's really because it does remind me of the South Park Rob Schneider commercials.
Yes.
Kevin Spacey is a dad who doesn't care about his family. That's all I hear when I see
It's just the Shaggy dog again, only with a cat.
Well, except in that it was like a science experiment or something like that.
Oh yeah, and this it's like a spell cast by Christopher Walken.
Yeah, that was such a weird edited trailer. Like right when he becomes a cat, they cut to some weird scene with Christopher Walken dancing. I'm like, what the heck is going on with this?
Okay,
I did not laugh at all.
But admittedly, watching Christopher Walken dance is always entertaining.
That's true. Okay, so yes, 9 Lives.
Yeah, but at least 9 Lives is kind of fun. Like that's probably one of the funniest trailers I've ever seen. I gotta say,
really.
Yeah, that trailer is hilarious. Like it's so bad. Like it's just so bad. It is just so like how it is just not how we do not do trailers like that anymore. It's just like my God, they're just like
it's not even a real cat.
The person who edited
the part where it's like doing pull-ups, it looks like stop motion.
Yeah, like not
no.
Funny.
It's like they were for me it was like rewind, fast forward, rewind, fast.
The only things I kind of want to see it for is I like the director, I like Christopher Walken, and I like that one, the blonde lady that he pees in her bag into. I like her. She's actually really.
I do like lady. Kevin Spacey though.
Yeah, Kevin Spacey too, but he's gonna be voicing a kid. Like it has people I like in it. That and a director I like, so it makes me kind of a little curious. But like I said, the trailer is like so bad it's good for me. It's something I enjoy. Like I'm just like, oh, it's kind of amusing. Yeah. But yeah.
Well, maybe I'll see it just to maybe fill up another spot on my top 10, 15 worst films of the year, and maybe possibly.
I'll come with you, though. I'll come with you. We don't have to pick up John, but I'll come with you if you want.
Maybe to do courtesy to you guys, it might not knock Hardcore Henry off of number 1. But, like I said, if there's anything worse than Hardcore Henry this year, it's probably going to kill me.
All right. Well,
anything else?
What's the other trailer?
That was it. I mean, the rest we all got before. I mean...
you said there were 2 new...
Sing and 9 Lives.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure we've seen that. No, we haven't.
Okay, so next Friday, we're going to see The Infiltrator. And then, on Sunday, you guys can do this part with me. On July 17th, when I'm 22, what we going to see? Ghostbusters!
Ghostbusters is next week.
I ain't afraid of it sucking.
Wait, Ghostbusters is the next week?
It's next week.
Did we talk? They showed the third trailer. Did we talk about that one already?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Okay.
We got the first one before this,
but I do.
Okay.
I do want to mention a bit about now that I'm thinking about the third trailer. I do want to mention that if that third trailer was actually the first trailer they showed, I actually would have been all bored with all the people who said they hated the first trailer because I did not like the third trailer very much.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here for the 19th to the 22nd, so.
Okay, so.
But I'll be with you, I guess.
Yeah. Oh man, you're going to be missing a lot of stuff then. I mean, 22nd, we got Star Trek Beyond, Lights Out, Ice Age 5, in case you're not missing that, and Hillary's America as well.
No. I mean, the 22nd is when we get back, so.
But you said you wouldn't be available 19th to the 26th.
22nd.
22nd, okay. Sorry, why did I hear 26th? I'll watch the video later and see if I really did hear correctly. Okay. So, Infiltrator and Ghostbusters next week.